I'm Angie Chopp, the financial coordinator here at St. Paul. I'm here today on behalf of the Finance Board to share some information about how online giving works at St. Paul. We've been using PushPay as our online giving processor since 2017. Prior to that, there was an online giving option, but it was pretty clunky and didn't allow things like recurring giving. Since 2017, usage has been steadily increasing, both in number of transactions and in the amount given as a percentage of our total offerings. Over the last fiscal year, PushPay processed over 5,000 transactions for our ministry. Those transactions totaled $643,000, which was about 39% of our total offerings. If that trend continues, this current year will be the first time that over 40% of our giving happens online. On top of that, PushPay is also used to process some of our school tuition payments. We see two big benefits to online giving. First, fewer and fewer people are using checks and cash, especially in younger generations. It's important that you are able to support St. Paul in a convenient way that actually fits with how you manage your money. Second, many people find that using the recurring giving option in PushPay allows them to follow through and be consistent with what they intend in their heart to give. Giving isn't hit or miss, but becomes part of the regular flow of your personal finances. With that said, the majority of our giving still comes through checks and envelopes. If that fits you, there's no reason you need to switch over to PushPay. But if you've wondered how it works, let me give you a quick tour. On our website, there's a Give tab in the upper right. On our app, there's a Give tab at the bottom. We've also been using QR codes that can be scanned with your smartphone's camera. Any of those will take you to the St. Paul PushPay website. Once you're there, you can choose how much you want to give and whether that is a one-time or recurring gift. You then choose which fund your gift goes toward. Most of the options are the same as the physical envelope options you would use if you give by cash or check. If you use the other category, I need you to add a comment in the memo line to specify what your gift is for. That saves me a lot of time on the back end, making sure each gift goes where it was intended. I really appreciate that. On the next page, you'll be asked to confirm your identity using your cell phone number. One of the benefits of PushPay is that it links to your church profile in CCB so that when you give online, the transactions post directly to your annual giving statement. On the screen after that, you connect PushPay to a credit card or through ACH to your bank account. ACH is simply an electronic transfer of funds between banks. You can always change your plan later by canceling your current plan and setting up a new one. We've had more and more people ask if they can opt out of receiving the paper giving envelopes in the mail. If you have recurring giving set up through PushPay and don't need the physical envelopes anymore, let me know or Holly Christian, and we will take you off that list. When people ask to opt out of envelopes, they often say that they want to save St. Paul the money it costs to mail them. While it's true the envelopes cost money, the reality is that PushPay is quite a bit more expensive. Here's a chart of how much we have spent on envelopes and on PushPay the last 3 years. Digital services are not free, and there is a transaction fee for every transaction processed by PushPay. Here's a chart of the current PushPay fee structure. Some of those fees are unavoidable. There is a flat fee we pay each month regardless of usage. The other fees depend on whether the transaction is processed by credit card or ACH. As you can see, the credit card processing fees are a lot higher than the ACH fees. And if you use a debit card, PushPay processes that at the credit card transaction rate too. In other words, if your current giving is linked to your credit or debit card and you switch it to your checking account instead, that would save our congregation money every time you give. We think PushPay is worth the cost, just like the envelopes too, for the reasons I have mentioned before. It fits with the way many people use money, and it's convenient and consistent. If you're the kind of person who hates paying any kind of fees, then it still works just fine to give using cash or check. Serving as the financial coordinator here at St. Paul gives me a view of ministry that most of you never get a chance to see. I see your generosity, which is just so amazing. I see how your gifts are put to use for all the necessary bills that are paid. Most of all, I see how your gifts are used for real ministry going on all around me as I work. The way the 3K kids learn my name as Mrs. Chopp, to the faith of the kids, the support and friendships I have here, this is different from any other place I've ever worked. We're not just giving to put the walls up. We're giving to support this church family we're all a part of. If there's anything I can do for you, I'm in the church office most school days. A phone call, an email, just stopping by in person, any of those are just fine. I'd be happy to help you more in person. Thank you for your generous support of the gospel ministry here at St. Paul.